love a Cam 2000 and you can collect platinum points! Hello! Greetings, explorers or companions. Damn it, why is the audio not playing? High definition audio. Oh wait, no, it's desktop. For those of you who are curious, my desktop, which by the way is not streaming this game, is now apparently has a completely new audio setting, so I'll deal with that later. For now, I present Pikmin! 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 Alright, welcome to my Let's Play of Pikmin 1. I was introduced to Pikmin during 2000 and something early. I was introduced to Pikmin specifically when it came to Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And I have never stopped liking this game. I have wanted to LP this game for well into the decades now. And I finally have the chance. So for those of you who do not know what this game is, this game centers around a man named Captain Olimar, being crash-landed because a rock that looks like a starbit hits his ship, the SS Dolphin. As it goes into this distant planet that would later retroactively be named PNF 404, 30 of the ship parts would crash, would basically just separate and dissipate throughout the land. So that is, and we have well, you know what? Let's let Captain Olimar explain it, because he does a hell of a lot better job explaining it than I ever could. There he is, the 1-inch wonder. He is canonically an inch tall, making him, I think, the smallest character in Super Nintendo canon?
My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days if I can't repair the dolphin by then. No! Better not to think about it. I must find the missing ship parts.
So that is the plot of Pikmin 1. The entire plot is laid out instantly with very little deviation from what it actually is. Captain Olimar crash landed, and we need to repair all of the ship parts. Get all of the ship parts. You have 30 ship parts to rescue and 30 days to do it. So one ship part a day. Days in Pikmin. Pikmin is a real-time strategy game, and here is the strategy part of the real-time strategy. This is an onion. This thing functions as home base for the lovable creatures that we will be using throughout this freaking journey. I've been exciting. I am excited.
A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up, as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too.
Alright, so we are going to let this seed that it ejected sprout up. And as you can see, we can now see a lot further. These things, I think these shrubbery has names. Going over basic controls, control stick, A button is to punch, B is your whistle, Y and X, X disbands, and I don't think Y does anything. Left trigger, by the way, I'm playing this on a Pro controller compatible with SW. It's got a charging port type Model C, and it's got turbo feature. And actually, the turbo feature is why I'm using this controller, because I don't want to have to spam press, but I might. Anyways, this is a sprout. We'll be dealing with these in waves.
The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and is now sprouted an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without benefit of the wind. I cannot help but think that it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. I love that. Pressing A allows us to create our first red Pikmin, who will be retroactively referred to in any medium as Steve. Yes, I am not letting go of the Steve joke. If the Pikmin fan base won't, neither will I. Extraordinary, when I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage, it just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive.
Just give me a second. This voice is killing me already. Why is my bug attacker thing sideways? Anyway,
I must research this. Here I am. I don't know where I was. Okay, from the beginning. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I am intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to X, or moving the right control stick while holding L as well.
I'm not going to do this. This is just your camera. And we now officially have our first Pikmin. So, Pikmin are the bread and butter of the game that is appropriately titled after them. You have, the Pikmin on their own cannot do much. But, in numbers, Pikmin can accomplish just about anything that you need them to do. Olimar on his own is frighteningly frail.
Astonishing! The red onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting...
I looked to my time.
Holy shoot. After cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more.
So yeah, and basically the goal of this game is use Pikmin to accomplish tasks and get your ship parts. We will be going for the golden ending, which requires collecting all 30 ship parts within 30 days. There is a neutral ending, which you get for collecting 25 specific ship parts, because not all of the ship parts are actually required to escape PNF 404. And then, of course, there is a bad ending, where you finish all 30 days with less than the 25 ship parts, or are missing one required ship part, and we will not be showing off those two endings as well. In addition, we are also going to be looking at challenge mode at the end of the project, and hopefully I can survive doing that. I've never really liked the challenge mode in any of the Pikmin games, but, oh, wait, wrong way. But, I'm partial to it, specifically this one. There it is. That's the button I was looking at. Okay, so you go over here. The AI in Pikmin 1 is actually pretty notoriously crap. The AI will do things that you just do not want them to do. And they're also quite prone to tripping. Moving on to HUD elements. Top right-hand corner indicates the day that it is. Bottom left-hand corner indicates your captain's health. You can heal your captain by standing in front of the SS Dolphin and mashing A. Gonna go ahead. I think I can do it now. Nope, I can't. Okay, we'll show that off in day 2. Traditionally, on days other than day 1, there will be, in the top of the screen, there will be a meter that counts down the end of the day. Every episode is going to be 1 day, which means every episode is going to be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. Just going to go ahead and knock that out of the park right now, get that dealt with immediately. The things that we've been harvesting up until that point are pellets. pellets are the first enemy of it, and I use the word enemy very loosely because other than the fact that they have a health bar, they are not enemies to speak of. The bulk of the Pikmin's tasks, the bulk of what we're going to be doing with the Pikmin includes gathering, fighting, and opening up new areas. As you can see right here, though one Pikmin might not have been capable of doing it, the 10 could actually move that box. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. And this right here is basically a one quick run through of all of the things that you can do. Right here is our very first ship part of the game. And thank God this is the first one we found, because this, as Captain Mama was going to say, is lucky. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damned craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the Dolphin? Well, thankfully, we have a bunch of Pikmin already. This is our introduction to weights, although technically that 5 pellet was the introduction. As you can see, the bottom number, when Pikmin start to grab an object that is not a pellet or another, there's like a few things that only one Pikmin can do. As you can see here, a fraction pops up. The bottom number is the amount of Pikmin minimum that we need to carry this back to base. The top number is the amount of Pikmin that are currently holding it. There is a maximum amount of number that you can have for a Pikmin. For example, a 5 pellet can be carried by up to 10 Pikmin, but no more. So yeah, you can also put more than one thing. Things that have more than the minimum amount will reach base slightly faster. As there are more Pikmin carrying it, it moves slightly quicker. So there you go. Day 1 has no time limit, obviously. But in case you're curious, off in the distance right there, whereas another ship part, a positron generator, I believe. I have not played Pikmin in a while, so my memory is a little bit hazy on the actual names of the ship parts. Back when I was like last year, I could have named all 30 ship parts, one for one in the order that I would have gotten them. When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by holding A until I pick on all the Pikmin from the ground. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flourish with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. So yeah, that is basically just telling us how things work. You can hold the A button to pick every sprout that is under an onion, and in some areas you can actually pick multiple onion sprouts. So anyways, we now have 25. That is the maximum amount of Pikmin you can actually harvest on the first day. And we are going to go ahead and use that to get this back to the base. Sorry if I skipped any tasks, thing that I was talking about. I've been waiting literal years to play this game on my YouTube channel. For the longest time, the only reason why I couldn't was the fact that I didn't have a capture card. And those things are expensive. But as you saw from my Galaxy LP, I got one, and then it was off to the races. It was the second I had a capture card, like 9 or 10 LPs opened up one after another. So yeah, the day 1 will automatically end whenever the engine is delivered, as otherwise you'd literally be stranded here. So yeah, and do not worry about the Pikmin carrying it back to base. They will automatically return to the engine at the end of the day. Boom! We have our first engine! Well, we have our only engine, but we have our first rocket part. 29 to go. Bum. Brum. Oh, glorious! With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step toward home. My ship can once again lift off.
The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly, but what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow.
Indeed it does! The day will automatically end. Normally the day will end at the end of 13 minutes. We'll get into that more on next episode. But this was sort of our tutorial day. And it was as good as the tutorial day can be. Already hitting the 15-minute mark. I feel god dang great about this. But yeah. In case you guys are curious, expect to see Pikmin 2, 3, and 4 all on the channel at some point in the next 2 years. Don't be surprised if I do them consecutively, one after another. Anyways, at the end of every day, at least in Pikmin 1, you get a journal entry from Captain Olimar. So, let's read it. One day since impact, I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the onion cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface. Or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems that they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hokotate. Freaking hate that name! I've almost everyone I talk to about this game calls it Hokotate, but its canon name is Hokotate, and I'm not gonna rob canon of its canonicity. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I will name it the Forest of Hope. I'll explore it tomorrow. Captain Olimar out. This is the end of day screen that shows, going from top to bottom. In the top right hand corner is the amount of total Pikmin that you currently have under your control. We get a little infograph showing the exact amount of Pikmin via line graph that you sprouted. Then it shows you the amount you sprouted today, the amount you've lost in battle, and the amount you left behind. We'll get into what left behind means tomorrow. And it also shows you the total amount of Pikmin. Expect a death counter in somewhere in the mid-50s on a bad playthrough, in the hundreds on a good, not my bad, in the 50s on a good playthrough, and the hundreds on a bad playthrough. Then at the bottom we have the onion totals, which are the amount of Pikmin that are currently stationed inside of your onion. Right now, since we only have a red Pikmin, because, spoilers, there's more than one type of Pikmin. We only have the red onion. Bottom left-hand corner is the amount of ship parts we currently have, and then we have the parts remaining and days remaining, and if you don't know what that means, you're an idiot. Sorry, I apologize. Also up here we have the name of the ship log. As you can see, this is my third ship log file, and I didn't really talk about it, but I glossed over it. But yes, the fastest I have ever completed this game is 12 days. We're gonna go ahead and save our data. I will not be trying for a 12-day playthrough, Lord knows. Anyways, this is the world map. World map shows off each of the individual areas. Each area we have the amount of parts located in the area. As you can see, there's only 2 parts, period, in the impact site, while there's a whopping 8 in the Forest of Hope. We're going to be going to the Forest of Hope tomorrow. Until then, thank you everybody for saying as long as you have. I am Lava Captain 2000, and I will see you wonderful people in the next video. Later, folks.